All right, here we go. So we are on day three, and you may have heard in the past that day two is the hardest, but that's a myth. Day three is the hardest. You may hear in the future, in fact, the near future, that day four is the hardest. Also a myth. Don't believe me when I say that later. Day three is the hardest. Um, let's see, we've left off yesterday at 1630 words. So technically our goal is going to be 2130. We want to get 500 words. Let's see where we land. I think today is going to be one of those days where I don't necessarily write things contiguously or like continuously. Like I think I'm going to have a lot of little snippets here and there that I'm going to later kind of do the connective tissue for, right? So I'm making little dividers. It's kind of like the it's like the after effect of shower thoughts, right? Because sometimes I have really good ideas like in the shower, but I don't necessarily have the lead up or the like the aftermath of them. So I just want to capture them while I can. Um, yeah, so we're in the car. We've what have we had? We've just had our main character, Jeremy, tell Anya, who we believe to be Anya, that they're being followed, right? So I think that like one thing I was thinking about the aftermath of that, so, like headphone. So first of all, that's I think I want like that little bit of humor, right? I also think later, like he's gonna ask, like, because he's trying to figure out. So he's trying to work out why it is that they're being followed, right? And he's sort of trying to figure out, like, are they trying to follow him? Are they trying to follow her? Like, what's the deal? Yada yada yada. Breakup recently. Come on. So he kind of asks these like series of questions, and I like the idea. Um, I like the idea that she kind of starts like talking a lot about she like starts complaining about her boyfriend. It's like she means looks at me, back of my head, not my eyes in the mirror. My eyes in the mirror. Watch her staring into the of my head. She starts. Oh, she's starting. I guess. I mean, sky, something, dating. So she's kind of like spouting and right, like so. Those, and I think I want him to like cut in. It's like, okay. Maybe do something like, should I be like curling your roots or frizzing your bangs? Is it dying or whatever? Sorry, that makes it quite funny. Down and to the left, kind of thing. She frowns down and to the left. And I want to kind of keep up this pace and energy, right? So she would say something along the lines of like, well, to be honest, trying to push him to take things more seriously lately, you know? I mean, we've been seeing each other for a while, and so he is commitment phobe. Yeah, maybe. So I'm like, I'm building up kind of this argument between them, like just kind of going back and forth. I'm having a lot of fun with this. All right, so I want to go a little bit further with this particular exchange, but then I want to go back and grab another potential kind of. I like the way they're bickering. I want to keep up the bickering, right? Like listening to- so I'm gonna cut up, but like in my mind, like so she's giving these directions, but she also like doesn't even know where she is. She's kind of like trying to like she's trying to contribute to this chase in a way that's like, I don't know. It's gonna be fun. I'm kind of having fun, right? Like now another snippet that I had was like this idea of like so he tells her that they're being followed. Just to turn her head. No, no, don't look. So I'm gonna do like a little callback here, right? Instead of over. And he's gonna try to like he's gonna do this kind of like sort of baffle, not baffle, but like this kind of cutesy in quotes explanation of the thematic point of the previous chapter, right? He's like different in here. It's like it's here in so both of you side of the glass. So it's just she's like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then the other thing I wanted to get was like hello. So I'm just like I'm in the blocking, right? So it's sometimes when it flows, it's hard to like verbalize while I do it. But the thing, so the little like snippet, the little like thing that I want to happen here, and you can see there's lots of bits of like connective tissue that I'm leaving. Like here's some connective tissue. I'm gonna have to do that. Here's some connective tissue. Here's some connective tissue. Like, and I can easily like come back tomorrow and fill that in to keep pushing the words, but also to like get the story flowing a little bit more. I think I like the idea because like you notice everything's like tells us we're all in the scene. I want to have some of these connective points. I want to like pull back out of the scene again, like back into the plain text, like I was in the previous section. So we'll find a way to do that, right? Anyways, the black sedan behind us shuts off. The lights go out. The headlights go out. Okay. And like so the thing I'm gonna come back with is that like it's a rental. The car's a rental, which is by the fact that he's like gotten gotten a nail in the tire is kind of like problematic, I guess. Like he's ruined the rental car. And so I think some of these like connective tissue bits are going to be about the fact that it's like a rental car. It's going to be like kind of zooming out to the rest of his life and like why is he in this situation? Why is he doing this job? Why does his mother, like all this stuff. That's what these plain text sections are going to be when I come back to these tomorrow, right? Hey, so we're cutting out only the object in this car. There's the driver's side door opens. Fuck. Right, so that's what I like. I like the idea of her, like I like this little. I want these little back and forths where she lays like, "Oh, pull over, it's gonna be fine," and then like she realizes, do I like the way I have this? Like, you wanted it to drive you like a fucker. You said it just hit me. This is fucking real. I think I like that as is. Okay, so one of the things I want to do, right? Notice that like we've got some tonal shifts around, right? So in this section here, these two little snippets, like the emotional tone is very high and the tone comes down because she's kind of talking like a little bit out of scene, right? Like, I guess I mean, there's this guy I've been dating or something like dating, how nothing is dating anymore. Nobody is a boyfriend or girlfriend anymore. Like everybody is something next to those things, but no one is ever like she's kind of like out of the intensity. And I want to try to find a way when I come back to this tomorrow or the next day to like bring the emotional intensity back in. Alternatively, I could actually, it might make more sense. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I want to keep the idea of her saying turn left here. I like that idea. I'm actually going to take this part and place like this. There's like, look, just pull over. See, there we go. See, now like these two are now contiguous. And this lets her continue to bring up the emotional tone. Now, see, now the emotional tone is more of like a more of a ramp. All right, so I think that's enough for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Uh, and I'll see you tomorrow.